In February 2026, Juno's 81st orbit confirmed something that shouldn't exist. Jupiter has a core. Jupiter doesn't have a core. Both statements are true at the same time. This isn't a sensor glitch. The measurements have been verified for 9 years. What NASA found below Jupiter's clouds broke every model we had for how planets form. And it gets worse. When Juno measures Jupiter's gravity, it's reading the planet's fingerprint. Every variation in speed tells us what's underneath. Dense material speeds the probe up. Lighter material slows it down. It's physics. It can't be faked. For decades, scientists expected one of two answers. Either Jupiter formed from a gas cloud collapse with no core at all, or it built a solid rocky core first, then captured gas around it. The data matches neither. Instead, Juno found a gradient. Heavy elements mixed through half of Jupiter's radius, with no boundary separating them from the lighter hydrogen above. Scientists call it a fuzzy core. Think of it like this. You expect an egg with a clear yolk and white. What you get instead is a latte, where espresso swirls through milk with no clean separation. The question isn't just what this is, it's how something this unstable survived for 4.5 billion years. The obvious answer? Planetary violence. Maybe Jupiter started normal. Solid core, gas envelope, everything textbook. Then another planet-sized object smashed into it early in solar system history. The impact scrambled everything like two eggs hitting at thousands of kilometers per second. Scientists got excited. This could explain the fuzzy core and Jupiter's lopsided magnetic field. So they tested it. Supercomputers ran hundreds of collision simulations, different impact angles, different speeds, different ages of Jupiter when it got hit. Every single simulation failed the same way. Here's the problem. Heavy elements sink. Always. It's thermodynamics. Even after a catastrophic collision scrambles Jupiter's interior, gravity pulls the heavy stuff back down. The models showed this happening within 100 million years. Jupiter's core should have reformed a clear boundary. But Juno's data shows it's still mixed after 4.5 billion years. That's 45 times longer than the settling time. Something is keeping those elements permanently scrambled against every natural force trying to separate them. What could do that? The answer came from Saturn's rings. Scientists noticed the rings vibrating in specific patterns, responding to oscillations deep inside Saturn. It's like studying Earth's interior through earthquakes, except the sensors are ice particles 400,000 kilometers away. When they combined ringwave data with Cassini's gravity measurements, they found something shocking. Saturn has the exact same fuzzy core structure. Two gas giants, identical internal architecture. The odds of two random collisions creating this? Astronomical. This isn't an accident. It's not collision damage. It's something fundamental about how all gas giants form. The textbooks were wrong from page 1. Gas giants don't build themselves in neat layers. During formation, temperature and pressure create stable zones where heavy elements get trapped. They can't sink. They can't fully mix. They just sit there, creating a permanent gradient that defies our intuition. And here's what that means. We've discovered over 4,000 exoplanets. Many are gas giants. We've been modeling every single one of them incorrectly. Wrong core structure means wrong atmosphere predictions, wrong evolution timelines, wrong habitability estimates for their moons. Jupiter didn't just break our model of Jupiter, it broke our model of planetary formation everywhere. Scientists hoped the fuzzy core would explain Jupiter's other mystery, its impossible magnetic field. Jupiter's magnetosphere is the largest structure in the solar system. It extends 1 billion kilometers past Saturn's orbit. Generated by an ocean of metallic hydrogen spinning inside the planet. But the field is wrong. Earth has 2 magnetic poles, north and south. Jupiter has 3. The North Pole is strong and concentrated. The South has a weak pole, plus a second South Pole offset to the side. It's lopsided in a way that shouldn't be stable. When scientists modeled how a fuzzy core would affect the magnetic field, they expected answers. They got more questions. The stable, non-convecting regions that create the fuzzy core should generate completely different magnetic patterns than what Juno measures. Current theory involves helium rain falling through the interior, creating electrical currents that distort the field. But here's the truth. 9 years of data and we still don't fully understand how Jupiter's magnetic field works. The fuzzy core didn't solve the mystery. It made the mystery bigger. If Jupiter formed differently than we thought, that changes how Earth formed. Jupiter's migration through the early solar system distributed heavy elements everywhere. It determined where water condensed. It controlled which materials reached the inner solar system when rocky planets were forming. Understanding Jupiter isn't just about understanding one planet. It's about understanding why Earth has oceans, why Mars lost its atmosphere, why Venus became hell. The Europa Clipper launches in 2030. It will measure Jupiter's gravity from different angles, potentially revealing how deep the fuzzy region extends. Future missions might drop probes into Jupiter's atmosphere, sampling the transition zones directly. But every answer creates 10 new questions. The fuzzy core isn't a weird exception. It's the rule, and we missed it for decades because we never looked carefully enough. Here's the twist nobody expected. Juno was supposed to die in 2018. The mission got extended to 2025. But in February 2026, NASA confirmed Orbit 81 is complete and Juno is still functioning. The radiation belt that was supposed to fry its electronics in 20 months? Juno found a gap in the field during its first approach. It's been threading that needle for 9 years. Nobody knows how long it will last. Eventually, the orbit will decay and Juno will fall into Jupiter's atmosphere. When that happens, it might get closer to the cloud tops than any probe in history. Imagine what it could see in those final moments. Closer to the fuzzy core, deeper into the metallic hydrogen ocean, right into the mechanism generating that impossible magnetic field. NASA hasn't announced when they'll deorbit Juno. Maybe they're waiting to see how long it survives on its own. Because here's what 9 years of impossible data taught us. Jupiter doesn't follow the rules. Not formation rules, not magnetic rules, not survival rules. And Juno? Juno stopped following mission rules the day it arrived. That measurement in 2026 rewrote textbooks. The fuzzy core forced us to rethink 4.5 billion years of planetary evolution. But the real revelation isn't what we found. It's what it cost us. Every model we built for gas giant formation was wrong. Every exoplanet interior we mapped was wrong. Every prediction about how these systems evolve was built on a foundation that doesn't exist. We didn't just discover something new about Jupiter. We discovered that our most fundamental assumptions about how worlds form were fantasies. And Jupiter is still keeping secrets. Somewhere in that fuzzy core, in the swirling gradient between rock and gas, there are mechanisms we haven't even thought to look for. Gravity doesn't lie. But sometimes gravity tells you truths you weren't ready to hear. Jupiter's south magnetic pole is failing. Not slowly, not gradually. 20% weaker than it was 5 years ago. And nobody saw it coming. This isn't a measurement error. 3 independent spacecraft confirmed it. Juno's magnetometer recorded the drop during its latest pass. The field lines that should anchor deep into the planet are bending, twisting, collapsing inward like a structure losing its foundation. Here's why that matters. Jupiter's magnetic field is the largest structure in the solar system. It stretches 2 million miles into space, trapping radiation that would sterilize anything organic in hours. Earth's entire magnetosphere could fit inside one of Jupiter's field loops 20 times over. And now it's failing on the southern hemisphere. Scientists just figured out why, and the mechanism behind it suggests Jupiter's interior is nothing like what the textbooks describe. It's worse, and it's irreversible. Jupiter generates its magnetic field the same way Earth does. A spinning core of conductive material creates a dynamo. But Jupiter's core isn't iron, it's metallic hydrogen. Liquid hydrogen compressed under so much pressure, it stops being a gas and starts conducting electricity like metal. Nobody has ever seen metallic hydrogen. We can't make it in a lab. The pressures required are beyond anything we can replicate. It only exists in the crushing depths of gas giants. And Jupiter has an ocean of it, thousands of miles deep, spinning with the planet. But here's the problem. Juno's gravity measurements just revealed the metallic hydrogen layer isn't uniform. The southern hemisphere's layer is thinner, uneven, like the planet is lopsided on the inside. That asymmetry is why the south magnetic pole is collapsing. A thinner metallic hydrogen layer generates a weaker field. And as Jupiter spins, the imbalance is getting worse. The field lines are being twisted by the rotation, knotting themselves into unstable configurations. This isn't a temporary fluctuation. This is structural. While Jupiter's magnetic field collapses below, something impossible is happening above. At the North Pole, 8 cyclones have been locked in perfect geometric formation for over 6 years. Each storm 600 miles across. Each one spinning at 400 miles per hour, and none of them drifting even slightly out of position. Gas giants aren't supposed to have stable geometry. Their atmospheres are chaos. Wind speeds vary by latitude. Pressure zones shift. Heat convection creates turbulence. There's no framework for 8 independent hurricanes to maintain spacing like they're welded in place. But they are. And new data suggests why. Deep below the storms in the pressure zones, Juno's microwave scans can penetrate. There are vertical columns of fast-moving gas, convection pillars rising from thousands of miles down, anchoring the surface storms like tent poles driven into bedrock. These pillars shouldn't be stable either, but they are. Because Jupiter's interior rotation isn't uniform. Different layers spin at different speeds, creating shear zones that lock the convection columns in place. It's a planetary scale machine with no off switch. The storms will keep spinning for thousands of years, maybe millions. And there's no atmospheric process that can dismantle them. Jupiter's North Pole is locked into a pattern it can't escape. The Great Red Spot has been shrinking for 200 years. Everyone knows that. But new high-resolution data reveals it's not fading, it's compressing, getting smaller in diameter but extending deeper into the atmosphere. Juno's latest pass measured the storm's depth at over 250 miles, 50 miles deeper than 5 years ago. Wind speeds at the edge just hit 430 miles per hour, faster than ever recorded. The storm is drilling itself into Jupiter. As it shrinks horizontally, it's gaining energy vertically, penetrating pressure zones that should shred any surface weather pattern. But the red spot isn't being destroyed. It's transforming into something more stable, more permanent. If this continues, the red spot won't disappear. It'll root so deep into Jupiter's atmosphere that no surface turbulence can dislodge it. A storm that's already lasted 300 years could become a permanent atmospheric feature, embedded in the planet like a scar. And there's no mechanism to stop it. The red spot isn't dying. It's evolving into something Jupiter can't get rid of. Europa's ice shell is cracking, not slowly, continuously. Webb telescope detected water vapor plumes erupting from surface fractures last year, which means Europa's subsurface ocean is under pressure. Enough pressure to force water through miles of ice and launch it into space. That ocean is 100 kilometers deep. No sunlight penetrates, no atmospheric oxygen exchange. Just liquid water under crushing pressure, heated by tidal flexing, sitting on a rocky seafloor in total darkness for 4 billion years. If anything is alive in Europa's ocean, it evolved in complete isolation. No evolutionary pressure from surface predators, no seasonal variation, no migration. Just an enclosed, pressurized abyss with no connection to anything else in the universe. We have no reference for what that kind of isolation produces. Earth's deep ocean life still connects to the surface through nutrient cycles and chemical exchange. Europa's ocean doesn't. It's a sealed system. If life exists there, it's operating on biological principles we've never encountered. Europa Clipper will fly through these geysers in 2030 and analyze the chemistry. If it detects organic molecules, we'll know something is happening down there. But we won't know what, or how, or whether it even resembles what we call life. Jupiter's gravity warps space-time within 400,000 miles. Anything that enters that radius experiences time dilation measurable by atomic clocks. 1 second on Io is not 1 second in deep space. Jupiter is bending reality around itself just by existing, But that gravity comes with cost. Io is being destroyed. Europa's ocean is locked in pressure. Ganymede's magnetic field is being twisted by Jupiter's collapsing south pole. Every moon in the Jovian system is being warped, heated, or irradiated by proximity to a planet that operates as a miniature physics laboratory. Jupiter formed first in our solar system. Its gravity determined where every other planet could exist. It shaped the asteroid belt by preventing planetesimals from coalescing. It deflects comets that would otherwise bombard Earth. But Jupiter isn't stable. Its magnetic field is asymmetric. Its interior is deformed. Its moons are being shredded. And all of it is irreversible. There's no corrective mechanism, no equilibrium state. Jupiter is a machine built with flawed parts, and it's been running on borrowed time for 4 billion years. Right now, 3 spacecraft are recording Jupiter's collapse in real time. Juno measures the magnetic field decay every orbit. Webb tracks atmospheric changes no visible light telescope can see. And in 2030, Europa Clipper will sample an ocean sealed off from the universe since the solar system formed. Jupiter isn't the king of planets, it's a warning. A demonstration of what happens when physics operates at scales we can't control and timeframes we can't escape. And it's happening right now, 40 minutes of light speed away.